This is my public art commentary looking at street art in Roxbury, Massachusetts, and more specifically, Rob Gibbs' Breathe Life murals. For over 250 years, Roxbury has been an essential ingredient in the story of Boston as a pioneering and world-class city. This is a published Boston, USA article written by David O'Donnell titled Boston Neighborhoods. Look specifically at Roxbury. Here are some specific quotes that I highlighted from the article to give you a better idea of Roxbury if you haven't been there before. Roxbury is known as a lab for artistic innovation, a beacon of boundless creativity. Neighborhood is both a canvas for that creativity and an incubator of it. Neighborhoods, communities, and the amazing culture like these is not the other Boston. It is the real Boston, where people live, work, play, create, and build. This is Rob Gibbs, who goes by Pro Black, is a visual artist who has transformed the cultural landscape of Boston with his graffiti art since 1991. His art intends to pay homage to unheard communities in the city. His main vision with his graffiti is to beautify the Black communities of Boston. This is his third and most recent Breathe Life mural, painting at Madison Park Technical Vocational High School in Boston's Roxbury neighborhood. The artwork was conceived in collaboration with Artists for Humanity. The project is part of the Community Mural Initiative from Boston's Museum of Fine Arts and funded by the City of Boston's Transformative Public Art Program. The mural exhibits a girl surrounded by ideas and knowledge from artists that came before her in the form of books emanting from her backpack. This is a quote from Gibbs saying, "I created the Breathe Life series because I wanted to create a gift for our city and leave a bold visual representation that matters. I want this mural to deliver a positive message that solidifies the powerful value of the community that I was raised in." This is Rob Gibbs' first mural, which began his Breathe Life series in 2017, depicting a young boy at the UCERM Empowerment Center. Gibbs said, "Growing up during the golden age of hip-hop, I spent a lot of my time venturing between the Lenox Street apartments and the Orchard Park projects of Roxbury. I came across graffiti, which was often labeled as vandalism. To me, it was clear that graffiti was an art form, one that had the power to convey culture, history, and knowledge. With support from Now Plus Dare, he painted his second mural depicting the boy lifting up his sister. Together, the hands read, 'Breathe Life' in American Sign Language." Another quote from Gibbs saying, "It became my mission to transform the streets of Boston with graffiti art, an art form that is frequently criminalized, undervalued, and maligned in mainstream culture. I hope to continue to find new ways to innovate my craft and to mentor others in the art form that changed my life." Gibbs' pursuit of graffiti and wall art was and sometimes still is criminalized as vandalism. Gibbs said, "The walls of buildings are our galleries. It is where our culture displays its art." Gibbs used graffiti as a tool to express his experience of life in the neighborhood as he grew up in Lower Roxbury. His main purpose for graffiti in Boston was to send a powerful message of anger, pain, and healing. All of these murals were made to promote racial justice across the nation. His main inspiration for his recent work was to commemorate the killing of George Floyd. The artwork that has been presented by Gibbs in these Breathe Life murals depicts a culture that would otherwise be unknown. These murals, in connection to what Raphael Shader wrote in his article, were seen to contain information and substance relating to more than their letters, apparent meaning, and understood to represent the artist's identity and character in multifaceted and complex ways. These murals are so much more than the art itself, but inspire change within the community and the ability to unify those who feel as an outcast to society. In Shader's second quote, to see alternative ways of approaching public space, to find unconventional ways of reintegrating themselves with their landscape, to attempt a meaningful connection with their surroundings. We see how Gibbs fully embodies these characteristics of a graffiti artist. The location and where these pieces are presented, how they are presented, and the message that is conveyed is all thought through by Gibbs. The ability of the art to connect deeply with the heritage of the community based on where it is presented is the most crucial of these works. It seems that we have moved away from the general perception written in Maggie Dickinson's article on New York's war on graffiti. The war on graffiti communicates a strong message that some people do not have a say in these aesthetics of the city in which they live, insofar as their efforts in public space are policed and criminalized. Roxbury is a prime example that people think otherwise as the art form is beginning to become more widely accepted. The movement is still growing, but artists like Gibbs are continuing to move the needle. These are my sources, and that is my presentation.